Hey, Rob, Cliff. All right, you're here. Let's see. Do we have one person from everybody? Andy's here. Let me do a quick roll call.
Yes, hello, I'm here.
Patricia or anybody from ASE online? Okay, that's Bhaskar, Blue Cheetah, right?
Yes.
All right, awesome. Thank you. Keith, T Matrix, I see you. Thank you.
I'm here.
Kevin or Sean from Elian. Yep, Kevin's here.
Kevin's here.
Andy, Irene's here from Intel. Perfect. Anybody from Can Do on? Okay, no Can Do. That sounds bad. All right. Anybody from Marvell, Jan, or somebody else? No Marvell. David or Tony, you here? Yes, I saw you. Kritikesh, Steve's here from Steve from Zero ASIC. All right, we're all set. Okay, so let me pull up my email first. Excuse me for 1 second while I pull up this.
Majid from Candu is also joining.
All right, perfect. Thanks.
By the way, Bobby, do you want to basically, I do see a couple of people that we are keep reminding for Monday workshop for their presentation. Do you want to?
Oh, go ahead, please.
Good morning, everyone.
I think Erin from Intel, when you can send us your presentation? We are waiting for that.
Yeah, I'm sending up to this meeting. Sorry about that, Shahab.
That's it. Thank you. And same Andy, if you please send your presentation that.
Oh, Andy did to me. Sorry. Andy did to me.
Thank you. Forward it to Bobby then.
My bad. I just got it this morning. Hang on. So where's that list of, I sent out an email with, okay, these are the things we need to do today. I'm trying to find that. Ah, yes, here you go. Hey, Rob, do we have a handle on how many, the final number of sessions we have?
For speaking opportunities
Yes.
for the Expo Center?
Yes, please.
I haven't had the recent update. I think you were offered the 3.
Three, right, yeah. And there were some like whether we would do 4 or, okay, I found everything. All right, I'm all set. Thanks.
Okay. Sorry, I'm a little out
sorry.
of pocket. I'm traveling today.
Oh, okay. No, so whether we'd get a 4th one or not, then that would sort of, should I just send an email to Kelly right now, or somebody was doing it, right? Was it Kelly?
Yeah, it's Kelly. Put me on copy, and we'll confirm before the end of the day.
Okay, so Kelly...
I think it's a high probability of that 4th one being available, but okay. I want to confirm.
Let me just do that right now. Sorry, everyone. We're just taking a bit of time. There's a few last minute things.
Hey, Bobby, while you're getting yourself organized there, if you have a minute, I don't mind to give everyone a bit of an update on summit registration and how things are looking.
Go for it, please.
Right. So as people may remember, last year we had 3,500 people attend in person, and we're now calling it well past 4,000 for this year. So a huge increase in the number of people that are planning to attend. We are very pleased to see that. We think it's partially because of the increased content. And, last year we actually were worried that 3,500 was a blip because it was already up so much from the previous year because of pent-up demand post the pandemic. But looks like the continued interest in OCP and the community is unabated. So very exciting. There's going to be a lot of traffic on the show floor. We have 81 media and analysts that are registered to attend in person. So going to be a lot of attention drawn to the event.
Super.
Hey, Cliff, is it possible to get a list of press and analysts, or sometimes sponsors are given that?
Hold that thought, Kevin. Yes,
Yeah,
hold that thought.
that list is made available to Diamond, Sapphire, and Ruby sponsors.
Okay, thanks.
But I might have some, well, Cliff, you're going to stay online. All right, so let's go through each of these things.
Hey, Mbappe?
Yeah.
Sorry to ask. So I mean, given the fact that we're kind of coming out of stealth on Tuesday to coordinate
Yeah.
with chiplet economy, we got a press release lined up. Anyway, we're not a Diamond sponsor by any stretch, right? Any way to get that press release in front of some people?
Yes. Just hold that thought for 10 more minutes, and we'll come to exactly that topic.
Got it. Okay, thanks.
All right. So first things first, in this sheet, I put down the summit schedule page, so you can go and say that I'm going to put a link to the sheet again in the chat window. So this is the summit schedule, and you can see, let me see if I can zoom out a bit, zoom in a bit, excuse me. All right, you can see that on Tuesday, the you will have somewhere around, yeah, in this small schedule access in here, logistics for the, so somewhere in here it says Experience Center staff, Tuesday load in 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. right here. Rob, I have that right? Experience Center load in is when it's accessible to people with displays.
Yes, and those who have the early access on their tags. So at registration, if you've provided it to Boppy and he's put it on the list, then your registration has been given the note that you have early access, which allows you on the expo hall floor before it opens. If for some reason you run into an issue at registration, or if you're unsure, send me an email and we'll make sure that's in alignment in advance.
And that is Rob Coyle speaking. It's rob.coyle, right?
Yes, or if you can't remember how to spell my last name, Rob at opencompute.org will also get me.
Okay, so I put
Bapi, again, you forgot. No, it's okay. I guess this file is accessible by all once
as far as I know.
the link is. Yeah. Okay. Because I had sent it to some people and they
had to. When they asked me for permission, I granted. It's not a publicly accessible file, but pretty much.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody who's asked for access. I mean, I can't recall turning anybody away. Let me put it that way.
Okay. No, that's okay. I just wanted to know how you set it up. Thanks.
Where was it? Right. Okay. So we've got this experience stuff. I think, hey, Cliff, would you mind checking Rob's email address in the chat window and confirming that it's correct, please?
While he's doing it, do you mind also is the location of the experience center for us is mentioned somewhere?
Yeah, hang on. I'm getting to that too. Give me 1 second. That's what I forgot to copy over.
Rob's email is correct.
Okay, Rob's email is correct. So now I'm trying to find Kelly's email. Oh, good grief. Kritikesh is in the wrong meeting. All right. Does anybody have Shahab, can you please email Kritikesh the link to this meeting? The
Zoom link, you mean?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Taufik and Shah and Kritikesh.
I'm good.
And Bill. Oh God. All right. So yes, we have the location. Kelly sent out an email. Let me hey, and Shahab, if you have Bill Chen's, or if somebody has Bill Chen's email address, can you send this to him too, please? And I'm going to find Kelly's email. Kelly sent out an email with the location. Give me 1 second.
Are there multiple experience centers on the floor?
Yes.
Okay.
There are multiple experience centers on the floor. And my problem is I've got like a zillion messages from Kelly. So I'm trying to find the one with.
if it's also I have this problem, I can imagine how yours is.
The I have to find, so there's one, sorry, I knew that I'd forgotten something important. That's the one I can't, I'll find that. But it has the location of the experience center on the exhibit floor relative to everything else.
Okay.
Here it is.
Okay.
Got it. All right, finally. All right, hang on. Let me cut and paste that into the doc as well. Copy image. All right. So this, I don't know why I didn't have this bright idea of just cutting. There you go. Everybody see it?
Page 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that's
something is coming. Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. So this is Rob. Oh, you're on a phone. You can't see this. Okay.
That's the map that's online. So yeah, I've seen that.
Okay. So I think the phrase experience center here refers to all the collection of experience centers across all projects, not just us. Right.
Okay.
That's correct.
So this thing here is the main floor where it's the high rent district, and this is the graduate school district. So this is roughly, you know, there's the entries, and this is a tech heavy portion, etc. And yeah, you can see the entrances here.
Okay.
And this is the Expo Hall Theater, about which we're going to have a conversation in a few minutes as well.
Okay. And the die-to-die workshop is also shown
No,
here?
the die-to-die workshop is way somewhere else. It's on the CMU campus in Mountain.
Okay, yeah. You send the info about
Yeah.
that. I saw it. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks.
And Shahab, maybe you could just post in the chat window. Would you mind just putting the link to that workshop too? Since this is a completely different place. It's on Monday, but it's not at this location
I will do it.
because Cliff wouldn't give us a room. I'm kidding.
And do you know
Okay.
where we are in that experience center?
Do I know where we are in that experience? No, I have this. I don't have us relative to other experience centers. I don't remember seeing a picture.
That was my question. That's fine. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think we'll have to figure that out in real time. I don't know. Yeah, I don't recall seeing a picture from where if I find one from Kelly, I'll put it into this doc. So make this doc the sort of the central place where we see everything. And if your name is on this list and if you have registered, you have early access. If you haven't registered, you haven't been given early access yet. So pretty much everybody on this list has been given early access. Right? If you're registered. So it's very important that you please register if you haven't done so already.
Let me see. Am I I did register. I just want to see.
And you should, when you get to pick up your badge, you will have, oh God, I keep screwing.
What does it mean early access? Like how soon can we go? We were going to check out the booth on Monday, and I'm bringing.
No, so if you look at the doc that I sent, the OC experience, if you look at the timing, you should see that, you know, it says experience center load in on, or exhibitors load in on Tuesday.
Can we not?
Oh, there is access on Monday too. There's the
Yes.
experience center load in on Monday at 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. as well.
Okay, and
okay.
only people with the access can go, or can I bring some of my technical guys to kind of see it too?
No, they will need to have experience center access. You have to be on the list. You will not be permitted on the floor.
Gotcha. Okay.
But Monday,
Is there a chance to add to this list? Sorry. Is there a chance to add to this list, Bapi?
Actually, Rob is the guy who should answer that.
Yes, we will honor additional request. We will honor additional requests for early access. Please keep in mind that you are one of 6 other experience centers with lots of people on the floor. So we ask that you keep your requests within reason. If you don't need somebody to have early access, you know, please refrain from adding them to that list. The expectation is usually no more than, about 2 to 4 people for early access per company per demo.
Okay, right. No, I just wanted to maybe get for myself, helping out our guys because they sometimes weren't sure where to get info. Okay, and I'll send the request to you, right, Rob?
Yes, please send me the email, because if you're not, whoever's on this list has been added, but if it's a late addition, then I have to send an email to our events team and get it added. But that's not a problem. But you need to, with as many things as we have right before we walk into the expo center, it's got to be explicit to me. So send me an email, wave your hands, jump up and down, whatever. If you need something, let me know, please. I'm happy to help. But just please understand that my communication level is up very high right now.
Okay,
Rob, thank you, Rob.
Also, as a reminder, as we're talking about load in for Expo Center, no carts will be permitted. So if you haven't shipped something in, everything must be hand carried. The Expo Center hall is very strict around their unionized labor for any type of load in that requires their labor to do so. Hand carrying something in is quite all right, but if it goes on a cart or if it's a rack or something like that, we will need the expo hall's staff to assist us with that, and that comes with additional charges.
Okay. Is everybody clear on the logistics? Are there any other questions?
One more question about how does the rental, you asked if for some of us wanted to rent monitors.
So I put in instructions on how to rent in that sheet of many moons ago here. If you go down.
Bobby, you're not sharing.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to find that as well.
You just asked us to indicate, so I didn't
No,
know.
no, I've even put, okay, my bad then. All right. I don't know if it's too late, but let's find out. Is it too late, Rob, or?
We are past the deadline, but let me see what we can accommodate.
Okay. Right here, if you can order a monitor as follows, it's here. I should have bolded this here. Very good.
I didn't see that.
Right here. If you can please. Right here. So if you get in and please order it and let Rob know that you've ordered it. And whoever's said that they can order it, which that list is. Blue Cheetah, Elian, Andy, you can rent it and can do, yes, everybody's online. So if you can just follow that link and click on it today, we'll see how it gets resolved.
Yeah, in our case, I think we're going to bring our own.
Okay.
Yeah. One thing that already has come up, sorry, this is a bit on tangent. The amount of material for our demo is quite a lot because it's almost a whole server. Is there the division? If I remember, every table is divided by two.
Right.
Two participants, and already is decided how it's divided. I guess it's lengthwise, right?
Wait, what? Yes, into two halves.
Lengthwise,
yes.
right? So we just consider half of that space.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Actually, I'm going to save that for the last. But so we're going to have who has sort of like. Does everybody have a feel for how much equipment you're bringing? You've seen the tables and everything else, right? So you okay. I will let us solve problems in real time as we encounter them on that day.
Right.
Yeah, with that, so we have 10 companies in the experience center, or it's only 6? We weren't
11.
sure about it. 11. So we got a lot of the people are going to share the table. Is that correct? Because we only see 6.
Everyone's going to share. I think the extra half table we have, best I can tell, to create space is where we can put everybody's collateral, or that's just going to be a spillover that thing.
Sounds good, actually.
Because there's going to be no room on so but what I'm thinking is that the best place to put collateral is over there.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
Okay, so
It-
then
so it-
I'm going to go ahead. Yeah.
In terms of monitors, is there room for two 32-inch monitors per table?
I would be shocked if there were.
How do we solve that? Or should we all bring 27-inch monitors or own?
No, you could. I think oh, I see. You mean two as in one per company? Yes, I think so. Hang on. Let me show you what the table looks like, and I believe the answer is yes. Give me 1 second, then I'll show you last. Just so that you meant two per table, not two per
Yeah,
company.
we're sharing a table, right? So we have half a table per
Yeah,
company.
yeah. Okay. The answer to that is I believe so. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, that should be reasonable considering how many, what other wares you have on that table. But yeah, these tables are, approximately 5 to 6 feet in length. So two 32-inch monitors should be
Are they
workable.
bigger than last year's tables, Rob?
No, I think we're planning
Okay.
on using the same exact tables.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah,
from 2
because-
years ago. So if I have pictures from 2 years ago, we should be okay, basically.
But I think
Yep.
if everyone else is a bit like ours, you probably need a couple of monitors, smaller monitors. One, yeah, okay.
So this is pictures from 2021, which I'm assuming are going to be still valid.
Okay, right.
So
Okay,
I
so
think
can you hold on?
aesthetically you'll be sorry.
Yeah. Can you hold on that picture? You know, the
Sure.
one that
I was going to
I
go
can
for
just-
one. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to look for one that's sideways. I can't. All right. So screw it. This is it.
Yeah. And I thought that you were gonna have a tablecloth to cover what's under.
Well,
Is that something?
I don't know if Kristen from IR Labs is on. We've gone back and forth on this. Kelly's kind of clear. Her opinion was that we don't need those. That these tables don't need those. I think if individual stations wanted to put them, they wouldn't be a problem unless there was a logo, in which case both sides would. But we sort of ended up saying, okay, no tablecloths, at least none provided by the exhibit hall.
Okay, yeah, because I thought that the argument was that it sort of reduces aesthetic clutter.
Yes. So
Yeah.
all of us could bring. I mean, everybody could bring their own, and then we see where we get. But
Okay.
we're not going to have one from the.
That's okay. I think either way is fine because it sort of makes it like a hackathon.
Yeah, makes it. You hit the nail on the head. The spirit is closer to a hackathon than anything else.
Okay.
Sorry, Bobby, I'm not attending to I'm not basically demoing anything, but do we have enough power?
Yes, I think that part is solved.
Okay.
Wait, right. Okay, so this is a table. Does anybody have any questions about it? So Andreas, I think personally, I think everybody's better off with a slightly smaller monitor, 27 inch or so, but I think 32 inches should still fit. And you can turn it, instead of having it lengthwise, you can turn it perpendicular to parallel to the shorter side of the table.
Right.
And then I thought we had the idea from David about a month ago that everybody would be back to back rather than side to side.
Exactly.
Which I thought was a clever idea.
Yep, that's how I recall it. And I thought that was a good idea.
Except if it fits, hopefully it fits because some equipment may not fit.
Well, no, I don't.
Right.
I think it's more where the people are standing, right? The equipment it can be any which way.
Sure. Okay. Right. Oh, okay. I see.
The monitors
Yeah.
will kind of be back to back and divide the table.
Right.
Right.
You'll have
But it's
roughly 2 feet by 2 feet of space.
right. Okay. But it's a good idea to decide ahead of time, if it's lengthwise or widthwise, because then everyone sort of sets up that way.
My understanding is everybody had signed on to the the back to back, but now's a good time for everybody to confirm that they're okay with that.
Sure. Okay.
So it was dividing the table into 2 3 foot by 2 foot sections, so it splits it down the middle, not lengthwise, but down the width.
Down the width.
That was what
Yes.
the picture showed.
So,
Yes.
So
I have a question. This is John Lipinski, Blue Cheetah. So, I assume there's two companies sharing a table. Is that what we're
Yes.
talking about? Okay.
So can you repeat the space dedicated for one company in terms of dimensions?
It's approximately 2 foot by 3 foot.
Okay, and the 3 foot is so we're dividing it lengthwise or widthwise?
You're cutting the tables approximately 2 foot by 6 foot total. You're cutting that table in half. So instead of a very narrow, if I say you're cutting it in half, instead of having a very long rectangle, you have a more square shape, 2 foot by 3 foot.
Okay, great. Yeah. So divided lengthwise. Okay, thanks.
Wait, what? Okay. Each person gets each company gets a squarish segment of the table rather than a thin, long rectangle. That's the best. Yeah, Rob's description is all the money.
Yeah, exactly. 2 by 3, I think is good. Yeah.
Well, over beers, we can debate whether or not lengthwise or widthwise is the proper nomenclature for table division, but it's
Yes.
more square.
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, no debate there. Just wanted to confirm.
I would also like to point out to everybody that I'm going to be the shortest, smallest person there. So if you have any issues, you got to resolve them yourselves. Okay, I'm trying to find the.
Bobby, you mentioned Tuesday is the setup time, but
no, Monday too. Monday too.
Monday. Okay, so
I just realized that okay, here I found this. Okay. One more second. Oh yeah, I sent all those to you. So we have to move. So okay. So our final resolution with Kelly was they're going to put the tables at the edge, but Rob, do you know when they're going to put this at the edge, or when they're going to set up the tables?
They should be loading furniture in on Monday morning.
Okay.
Maybe sooner. I can check with Kelly, but it'll be right away.
But we won't be violating any union rules if we decide to move them around ourselves after, right?
Not once they're in the experience center. That's a great question. No, my understanding is once we're in the experience center and they've moved the tables to the general zone, the general area, moving it within that booth is not a problem.
Okay.
That's good.
All right. So then what we have a decision to make, or two decisions to make. Decision number one is, do we want to move these inwards? I would prefer to make that decision today rather than in real time. And decision number two is whether, actually there's three then, whether we should move two of these to be at an angle rather than this way. So you'd sort of form a diamond. I don't know whether that makes a difference in terms of space, but so question number one, should we move these inwards to sort of then, so people on the right edge, if you're standing back to back, are fully inside the experience center?
I'm assuming there's another experience center, directly next to it on either side, probably.
One side is an aisle. I think we have an aisle on both sides. It's the north and south, which is where we have somebody next to us, I believe.
That's correct.
North and
The
south.
sides will have one will have the expo hall aisle like you would between separate exhibits, and then the other side will be still a hallway, but it'll be kind of within the overall experience center. So it might be slightly narrower, but you'll have space on those sides of your booth.
So the people on this side, can you see where I'm moving my cursor? Will feel kind of lonely staring out into space, so to speak, right? I mean, that's one thing everybody has to bear in mind on the back-to-back positioning.
And the audience, where would they come from the center, correct?
They would come from the east, I believe.
Okay, no, but once in front of table, two sets of people for two demos, where would they stand? I mean, the staff would stand on the blue side and audience?
No, so that's
on the-
that's the debate today, right? So okay, so I can draw on Zoom actually. I just realized that. So you can stand here and here, or you can stand here and here.
I see.
So if you stand here, the monitor will be facing outwards in this direction.
Right.
If you stand here, the monitors will be parallel.
Right. And which one you decided on?
My understanding is everybody wanted this bottom left, what I've drawn the bottom left.
Can you put a star on it? And I will just capture that, send it to our guys.
Is everybody still on board with that? Is anybody object to that?
No. I think the tables are also so small that we have to be careful not to look at it from theory.
Yeah.
For me, that's perfect.
Bapi, just maybe one concern would be 32-inch monitors are going to stick out quite a bit to the left and right. So I think there's a chance of monitors tipping over, or if you're bumping into them.
30. So this is 24 inches, right? So they're going to stick out by 4 inches in the left and right. That's,
Oh yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
going to
that's
be
not
hard.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yep, you're right.
So, okay, so there are two other topics I want to cover, and there's actually three topics we should cover, but I know if I do so we need to do table assignments. But if we do that, I don't think any of us are going to go home today right now. Cliff, by any chance, so what I'm going to offer is that here's the constraints and assignments I was planning on, which was basically we're going to group. We have 3 buckets: workflow, IP, and chiplets, and we're going to try to group them each type together in some sense, if that's okay with everyone.
Yes.
So,
sounds good to me.
And I think workflow would be Tony, Andreas, Andy would go into workflow. Oh no, how do I would go into workflow, and good grief, how do I reset everything?
Undo.
Huh? All right, it's good. I'll figure it out later. We got bigger problems. So Blue Cheetah D matrix would be IP. Blue Cheetah Elian would be IP. And Intel can do Marvell, and D matrix would be chiplets. Kritikesh, if you're online, I got to figure out where to put you, but roughly that's the split in my head. Does anybody object to all of these? I have these right here with your this is roughly what I'm thinking, and so I'll put you in one of these buckets, and we'll group them. Hopefully, I can take some of Cliff's time today afternoon to sort of figure this out.
Sounds good. We trust you,
I have
Bapi.
some flexibility this afternoon, sure.
Okay, so then my suggestion is that we don't spend time on this workflow on the layout other than so oh, I can't be there on Monday. Okay, I just realized we got the workshop. Okay, so we'll meet on Tuesday. So you can set up on Monday, and Tuesday morning we can figure out whether we want to do a little bit of rejigging, but otherwise we're going to stick to this layout unless there's some reason to not to do so. I still think we should move the tables in a bit after they're set up rather than have them at the edge. But you guys are the guys who are going to sort of be there for the most time. So it's
the only thing I don't know is I don't know if someone's going to come around and complain if the tables are off the carpet. But they aren't, right? They're on the carpet, so that should
They're,
be
no, I'm saying moving inwards, not outwards.
okay. Yeah.
Inwards into the carpet, because otherwise the people on this side, in my head, I think that I'm sort of concerned for the people on these outsides are going to be completely off the center, especially these left three.
Right, they're going to be
Right.
standing in the hallway, which you don't really want.
And outside in the low traffic hallway, yeah, and this is in the high traffic hallway, so if we can figure that out.
Yeah, the high traffic hallway may not be bad, but the people on the left, you may want to move in.
Right.
Guess it
Right,
depends on,
exactly.
I can't really visualize how it fits into the overall, right? But it kind of, but maybe you want to move 3 of the tables in, not move all 6 in.
Now, we have 2 choices as far as setup goes. Oh God, we're running out of time. All right, maybe we'll lead into some of the business groups. The quick question is, yeah, okay. So the other option is to sort of do the diagonal on this side and do the do the straight on this. I guess we'll have to figure. So okay, so the question in my head is, does anybody want to set up on Monday, or do we all meet at 8:30 on Tuesday morning and then figure out the layout and then do setup? Can we have, is anybody want to set up on Monday, or everybody can wait till Tuesday?
I think Tuesday, I mean, people Monday can bring stuff, but the setup should be when you're there. And since Die to Die workshop is there, I think Tuesday morning is the time to do it all.
So
At least from, yeah.
my proposal would be that all of us meet at around 9 a.m. on Tuesday and decide how we want the tables and then set up. It would be my proposal if everybody's okay with it.
Yeah.
Still come in on Monday and just scope it out, Bobby.
You can go in on Monday, scope it out, leave your equipment there and do, but don't set up any, well, if you, as long as teardown is easy, do your final setup we do on Tuesday after everybody's sort of, we have a layout that works for everyone.
But you'll have the allocation of tables done before Monday?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's a usual thing. If it's great, it's my idea. If it's bad, it's Cliff. So.
Can I borrow that?
Yeah. Okay, so we're done with so we're all going to meet on, I'm going to put a note here, we're all going to meet at 9 a.m. on Tuesday to do the final allocation, right? Any objections? (9 a.m. Tuesday, 10/17 to close on final layer. Okay.
So where do we meet?
Sorry?
Where do we meet? When is
Right
it?
here at the Experience Center.
Okay.
All of us should be on the early access list, so we should be able to get in. I know I put my name in as well.
Okay. I'm just asking because I see that Patricia is not on the call.
Yes,
need
I'm
to
glad
tell-
you're here.
Yeah, I need to get orders to her.
Okay, so we need to, okay, we're definitely going to eat into the business groups time. Let's see. Kash, if you're on, would you mind sending Marek an email, or if he joins, we can just tell him. I think we don't have a choice here. All right, 2 other important topics. Let me go over the logistics. I'm going to close this photos. All right, so then we get to the stage talks. So the original plan was that the original allocation was we had, so if you go to this spot here, so let me walk you through what this is about. There is an expo hall theater here, which is actually way closer than before. It used to be in the middle. This is new. So the idea is that we get on the stage and do we do a 10-minute talk. Our original option was we were given 2 10-minute talks, and there was no way to split 2 10-minute slots across 11 stations. So I was going to do both of them. Just sort of do an overview of, I sent in an abstract and everything else, and I'll put that online. But now we have an option for one more for sure. So we at least have 3, and maybe we will have a 4th. I think we'll hear from Kelly either today or tomorrow, or either later today. So if we want, we can sort of go back to my original intent of splitting these talks across all of us. So I'd still open, so set a framework, burn a framework slide on this saying, hey, there's an open chiplet economy. Cliff, please correct me wherever I'm wrong. And then have 2 or 3 of you per talk, depending on how many slots we get. If it's only 3 slots, then it's going to be impossible to fit all 11 again. I don't think we can do more than 2-3 companies per session. So my questions to you: if we have 3 slots, do you want to go with a plan where 2 companies don't present for whatever reason because they don't need it, and we have 9 companies spread across 3 slots? Or do we want to go with a plan where you just fall back into the 2 slots and I do my 10-minute, I take a slide from each of you? That was the ask today, to get 1 slide, and I would go over the slides. So where's everybody's head at, I guess, is my question.
I think it's my 2 cents. I think, if it's short, it's best that you do it and we give you a slide. But obviously everybody thinks that they could present more to the point, their stuff, but
that would be my preference. I think each of you are best suited to, but if it's like 11 and 2, so it was clearly impossible.
Yeah, it feels like it's too late to swap it all around. I think it's, given there's constraints, it's best to stick with the plan of present on Boppy. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you got enough time to let everybody go up.
So I
Even
think
you're saying
maybe
in 10 minutes we can't do 3 speakers? I'm asking, not so you, all of you wouldn't repeat, right? So if you had 4 slots, basically it'd be three companies per each of those slots, not everybody.
My personal opinion is there's no way 3 people could do a talk in 10 minutes. I mean, people have to transition in and out. There's going to be technical difficulties. Some people take too long. I think it's hard.
Totally.
All right. In that case, then maybe I'll just go back to Kelly and go back to two talks then.
Boppy, maybe an idea is we have 3 slots, so you could have 1 slot for each of the areas. And I think what you could do is have one representative from each company join you on stage, so everyone sees who's part of that area if they want to go to the experience center after. But you do the presenting while they're there with you, and just have 1 chart per company or something. And
genius! All right, I love that.
Yeah,
very, very good idea. Yeah,
genius idea. All right, we can trust Cliff to have our cake and eat it too.
That's why he's doing what he's doing.
We do 3 slots, 1 area per slot, reps from each company or each demo on stage. Boppy does the talking. 1 slide per company. Okay, perfect. All right, so that was easier than I thought. Then
and we this is what we, sorry, is the slide is already sent to you? Because I had ours ready, but haven't sent
no,
to
you haven't. So if you haven't, just send it to me by email, and I will make a deck and I'll make it accessible to everybody.
Right. And do you need a talking point, sort of a script behind it, or no?
I am truly hopeless at those.
No, just to make sure that it makes it easier for you.
Sure, send it to me if you wouldn't mind having very low expectations that I'll actually cover them. I'd rather say this is an awesome demo and push people in your direction.
Great, sounds good.
Okay. So anything else about this? I think we've settled on this. I'll send out notes about that.
The last suggestion, Boppy, would be probably for you with each company, just to mention how it connects in with the open chiplet economy. And, if there's one key top point about why it's important to the open chiplet economy, that get mentioned. just to help
Okay.
people, because a lot of people, some people in the audience may not be technical enough to figure it out on their own, so you have to help them.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, Bobby. Maybe I'm not up to speed. What will your talk be and how would ours fold in, right? Because I'm thinking, you know, for one slide, I could say this is the demo, go see D Matrix. It may not make any sense in the context of your presentation. I could say what was just said, like why chiplets matter to the world from, you know, D Matrix. So what slides should I make to make sense within your talk?
Right. So my suggestion would be, don't need to worry about why chiplets matter. Why is what D Matrix does important to the new chiplet, the open chiplet economy, or the new chiplet supply chain, or how do you make it better? What's your unique thing that makes that work?
Right. So it's not just a block diagram of the demo and say, see this demo. It's more about what D Matrix does that's important for chiplets. Is that correct?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
here I'm gonna.
and then the next, that can be overlaid on the block diagram of the demo, because then the implication is that's what they're going to see in the demo, right?
So Cliff, I'm going to
Okay.
share the Bloomberg slides. I think that's a reasonable framework, right?
Yeah.
All right. So a couple of weeks ago, we had a Bloomberg webinar, and these are the slides I shared, right? I said it was AI centric. So I'm not going to have this big, or maybe we have this. We kind of say we've got triplets for large workloads. You need new workflows across the supply chain, and this is where the open chiplet economy kicks in. And the three companies that represented there were D-Matrix, Elian, and Blue Cheetah Dream Big. But basically, instead of this here, I would assume that we'd have one slide per, which kind of says, look, fundamentally what we're saying is in the open chiplet economy, we've got workflows, schemas, prototypes. Our entire emphasis is that you need the open chiplet economy is going to enable this integration across the value chain, across the supply chain. And it's not just the interfaces, but it's all these activities, and that's where our workflow stuff kicks in. And so fitting it into this framework, basically.
Do you have, can you send the link of this? I think I saw it, but
Yeah, the webinar?
really...
No, these slides, I don't think I posted them anywhere. These are, yeah, I'll send you the link to the blog post. I can do that.
Yeah, because if you have
where did you present this? Would you share that with us?
Sure, that's the, I don't know if there's a public link to the webinar yet. I don't remember seeing it.
There is a link, but I think it's just to the audio recording. So we may as well send the chart deck out.
Yeah, okay. So I'll send that out.
Yeah.
This is roughly what we've been saying since we would like, so the one slide to Cliff's point fits into this rough idea, and say how do you fit into a workflow into
Yeah, and then the last thing would be, what is the key thing you'll see if you come to the demo? What will you learn?
That's good. Are you going to tell us what the time of these so our reps can be there?
I will as soon as I find out. I think they're figuring out the slots right now.
Thursday morning, of course, is all busy with talks on this subject. So hopefully,
yeah, if it's Thursday morning, I'm toast.
Afternoon and sometime Wednesday would be ideal.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Bobby.
Okay, so you can see this here. These are the two things we've said. And I've sort of written the blog post. So if you look at okay, that's the other thing. At least I organized the description of the experience center around this idea of an open chiplet economy, so you can slot into that as well.
Okay, so this, so that's the link you just sent?
That's here in the doc itself.
Oh, okay, you put it in the doc. Okay,
and I'll put them in here as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, Bobby, just going back to that presentation. That presentation is what you'll talk about for 10 minutes, and we just put one slide in there, give you one slide. Is that
exactly?
Okay, and every time you do it, it's gonna be 3 different slides from 3 different companies. Is that how it works, or?
Exactly.
All right, thanks.
So, Bapi, are you going to share this the deck?
Yes,
or-
I'm going to. If I can
Okay,
figure out how to
great.
remember all these notes and type them up, yes, I'll share this deck.
Right. So just to recap what we heard, the link to chiplet economy, what they're gonna see, and what else? So if you
How
could,
does it connect to the open chiplet economy? Why it's important, and a
What you'll learn if
key
you come.
takeaway from the demo.
Yeah.
These are the 3 points. I'm gonna put this in the chat window as well.
All right, you won't get my slide deck slide right away. Then give me a few hours.
No worries.
Adjust it.
Honestly, if everybody has a patience, I wouldn't mind meeting Sunday evening one last time. But anyway.
We sent out, Intel sent out the presentation along with the IR demo, but we'll take a look and then we'll make adjustment as needed if it doesn't have these points.
Thank you so much. That would be perfect.
Yeah, anyways, I think on Monday, Bapi, we're gonna, at least some of us will be at the workshop. So
Yeah. So
that's one way to.
yeah, now I'm thinking this workshop on Monday was not such a brilliant idea, but it's like
That's what happens when you have a lot of ambitions.
yeah.
You get what you ask for, right?
Yeah, you get what you ask for, right? Let's
On
see.
the other
Okay.
hand, we'll have a chance to coordinate any last second questions if we need
Yeah.
to.
For everybody else, if you're welcome to sort of stop by this Mountain View workshop. If maybe we can do an impromptu huddle on Monday evening or something. If you're not attending the Die5 workshop.
Sounds good.
We're all going to be at the CMU Silicon Valley campus.
Okay, so the Monday workshop, I think it's done at 9 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay.
I think we're all set for that. I don't remember everybody who's. I know Quinn and Shaber, but we've got a list of attendees. I think more people. You should come in the afternoon if you want to do an impromptu planning session. Wait. Okay. So then there's 2 more topics to cover.
Sorry, Bapi, sorry, Bapi.
Yes.
I did send you an email since Armin is unable, unfortunately, replace with one person. I sent the request to you.
Okay, that's fine. That's pretty manageable.
Yeah.
At least the workshop is a fairly informal thing, so that should be.
Okay. Thanks.
No worries at all.
All right. So sorry. Go ahead.
No.
Another logistic about Monday. If anybody from Alpha Wave, Leticia, and Blue Cheetahs are online, I think those are the only 2 slides.
Oh, John's here. John Lipinski. Oh yeah, John, can you please beat up on Elad for us and get his slide decks?
Same for Alpha Wave.
There's nobody from Alpha Wave here.
So Shab, we could, if there are adjustments to our slides that Armin already sent, we could. Do I need to send it to you or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. So Monday, so I will put in the point that we'll be at the workshop Monday afternoon. So we've got the stage talks done. Collateral and signage. I don't know that we'll have room for like big stand-up placards at each table. I'm thinking the extra space we'll use for collateral. We discussed that already. There is room for small tabletop signs, but I think they're your individual responsibility, if that makes sense. Right.
I have a feeling that the monitor, we discussed this at least internally, monitor itself is the best place for signage.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
otherwise, otherwise it won't look professional. Otherwise, it won't look professional individually or across the whole table expo. Yeah.
I like
Okay.
that idea. Display your logo on your monitor. Collateral. Okay, we've covered that. Okay, so now we've come to the last point. Any other questions before we move on to the analyst issue? Hey, Cliff, you can stay on for a few more minutes, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So we've got, I think I've got 6 analysts who have signed up, 5 or 6 analysts who have signed up to tour the experience center. So I've sort of planning on 30-minute walkthroughs through the stations with them. And then I think each company can sort of, my plan is to sort of stop by and do a quick walk by with each station, and then have if you, I think the plan is to let you sort of do an individual one-on-one follow-up if you'd like to. That's the current structure. So I've set up slots on Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday afternoon. So far, give me 1 second. Let me look at my calendar.
So everyone should try to be there at the station for that time and make sure you're looking your best at that point.
Yes, what Cliff said. So right now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots. So it is Woojin from Bloomberg, Jim from Converge Digest, Jim Carroll, Tom from Yole, Bob Wheeler from, actually, Cliff, I don't know where Bob is from now.
Light counting.
Thank you. And Chuck Sobey from Channel Science, and they're the guys also do the Chiplet Summit. And Brian Moyer from Tech Insights. These are the 6 people. I've set up, if Cliff happens to find more people who are interested, I'm happy to, I've got these standing slots. But to all the questions about analysts, to Andreas and Keith, this is the plan right now.
Yeah.
Can you
I think
type in the?
one more demo walkthrough that I was thinking you might do. The fellow from the Chiplet app who's coming. I still later.
That was Chuck Sobey. So
no.
Oh, that gentleman, that's right. The CHIPS Act. Yes, I've reached out to him. There are 2. Paul Alcorn hasn't signed up for a slot either. So those are the 2 who haven't.
Okay.
And then I've also offered it to Jeff from DOE and John, of course. So those are the 3 more on top of this.
Okay.
Bapi, sorry, can you type in the names in the doc so there's one place to mention to?
I can do that. But oh man, I'm going to forget everything after this meeting. Okay.
Just don't forget that there's a slide deck also.
Yeah. So, but that
excuse me.
Yes.
Did you say when these slots are? Is it one?
So I put them on Tuesday and Wednesday in the afternoon. If you want to sign up people, I can send you a public link to the calendar, and then you can forward them the link, and basically it's a tour of the experience center. I've created half-hour slots.
Okay.
Does that make sense to everyone? Andreas, does that answer your question? Keith?
I'm good, yeah.
That answers mine, thanks. But you're going to type it into the doc.
Yes, I'm going to type it into the God Almighty. Yes, I'm definitely going to forget a chunk of this stuff. Hey, Kristen, that's Kristen from IR, right?
Yes.
Okay. You had signage and tablecloth questions that we were going to, that's the last one I remember that we haven't covered yet.
Yeah. I think they were answered by the.
You're answered. Okay. I'm just checking that you got the answer to your satisfaction. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so I think that's it. Wow, we're only 3 minutes over. So we've covered analysts, we've covered signage, we've covered table positions, we've covered the prep meeting, the on deck, on stage talks, collateral, and signage. Is there anything else except table assignments, which we will do? We will do hopefully this afternoon.
Yeah, Bapi, just a question on that one site you want. Is there a template that we should use?
Yeah, I'll send you the Bloomberg slides and just add yours to that Bloomberg slides.
Okay, got it. I missed that. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So you're going to use a particular template, Bapi. I wasn't sure.
Yeah, the only problem with this template is I think you can add, you know what, add slides in your own template. I think it's better because this template uses up a lot of real estate at the bottom, and I think you should just use your own template. It's fine. It's your demo, and I think it makes more sense to have your corporate template.
Okay, yeah, because I use the OCP,
Yeah.
global,
So,
but you're right, the real estate is badly used. So yeah,
yeah.
good, thanks.
Yeah, so I think we're better off using. I'm happy to use your template, and because you're going to be on stage anyway on Cliff's nice new idea. So
Okay, but merging templates in Microsoft PowerPoint sometimes messes up things. Just
I won't merge it. I'll copy and paste it in as a keep the source template.
Oh, okay, great, thanks.
Oh man, I wait until you see my value chain slide. I made that all myself. All right. Any other questions? This is turning out to be pretty damn exciting. I'm really happy. Any other questions about? Thank you all for coming along for the ride so far.
Yes, it's very exciting, and I think definitely this is contributing to the community in big time. Yeah, great.
And I think the one thing I'll say is we are planning on transitioning it to a permanent experience center at Lawrence Berkeley Labs, and so hopefully all of you can come in and do longer versions of your demos, etc. So. So the plan is to make this a much more permanent installation that we have far more frequent demos. Okay. Anybody from demo? Any questions? Going once.
Thanks very much, Papi, everyone. Yeah, great. Good work.
Twice. Sold. All right. Thanks all.
Bye.
See you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you all next week.
Marek, thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
All right. It's all yours.
All right. So, Bobby, one quick question. I know that you're probably very swamped with all the other stuff for the OPC Summit. Just in terms of the requests I had, both for that slide, the value chain,
yeah,
and the slide with all the companies that
I can send them to you.
Basically IP. Yeah, if you could send those, that'd be great, because then I would add them into the white paper.
Yeah. So the problem, okay, so I can send you my value chain slide. That's a non-copyrighted picture because I made that. The problem with the one with all the other companies is that we don't own the source copyright. So then we'd have to modify.
Oh no! Oh, I see. Yeah, I'm happy to just like take the names and put it like as in written without the headache of having basically the exact logo. But it's more about like the names on the slide and. But
no, so
not
their
concern,
logos. So okay. I'll show you what I mean. So
yeah,
basically
it's a diagram that you mean.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm happy to redraw the diagram if that's. What it is.
This do you know what? Okay, so this is my this one I made. This is a homemade diagram, but the one with the other, we have to cut and paste the logos of the other companies which are public access onto this diagram.
Gotcha.
You have the old value chain picture, so that's what we'd have to do. I'll send you this one for sure.
Okay, that sounds good. And then
and I'll say what I can do is I can send you the original
on
on the other one, and you can cut and paste from the logos into this one, if that makes sense.
Yep, that makes sense.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you. All right. So I guess report's already in progress, so that's good. For the white paper, otherwise, I think for today there are not going to be that many updates. the last week we've been going through, like last week I had done a push kind of on my own, just going through the document, making sure that we don't have duplicates of ideas or concepts in the different paragraphs, and trying to make sure that we get to the 20 pages for the white paper, and that is achieved. Now there are, I would say, still two, like I reached out to Trent and thanks, Trent, for reviewing your like kind of updated section and giving your okay on that. So I think now what's left to do is I talked to, we went over the section, the test section with Rajesh last week, and there's still a couple of changes to come there. And then Kash wasn't on last week, and he also can't make it this week, but he told me he was going to review the entire paper this weekend. So I know I have a few like smaller items on my list, adding a couple of references and writing up an executive summary of the entire document. And I know that next week is going to be busy for a lot of people, like going to the OCP summit. So my thinking was to wait basically for Rajesh adding in or making the changes to his section, waiting for Kash to basically sign off on the things that I had put in this there, and then that we can, after the OCP summit, basically have a final version where everybody goes through the entire document and says, like, gives comments on things that they may want to change before we have a final version. How does that sound for people?
Yep. Pretty good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, I think then otherwise I was just going through the subsections, but there's really, I think not much has changed over the past week, so I don't want to unnecessarily take people's time and discuss things that we've already decided. Oh, and then I guess one other thing I want to mention, I mentioned it last time as well, but I was able to, Praneet Gupta from UCLA has been working on triplet cost models and wrote a paper about this, and I had reached out to him, and he's going to come give a talk on the 27th, October 27th, to this audience, and I can, so Bapi, I'm not sure if like, I guess, yeah, this is the week after OCP, but I was going to put that in an announcement, and then if anybody wants to join for that call, I think that's definitely relevant to the business
Actually,
group.
Do you want to just use them in the main talk? I mean, we're kind of empty anyway on that date, so.
Oh, okay. Sure. Then I can ask him if he wants, like, if he can shift it by 1 hour to the earlier time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you can have a follow-on discussion on the details of the business meeting.
Oh, I guess that is a good idea. Yeah. Then let me reach out to him and ask that slight change.
Well, thanks for setting this up, man. It's a great idea. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'd seen this a while back, and then I'd come across his work again because I'm separately involved in like this games or like this SRC work, and there's a bunch of like research centers. So then I realized, like, oh, actually this is something that's interesting for this group as well.
That is good. Thank you.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I guess then is I say, like, we can also end the meeting here, and then just after everyone has had some rest for 2 weeks and gone to OCP, then we can review the paper where it stands after all the sections have been added or like completed by the authors.
Are we?
Hey,
Okay.
Marek.
Yeah.
Marek, this is Rajesh.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry, I just reached here so I'm just coming out of date lag, but my summary is, I think I wanted to convert that description of all the cost model into one picture so that it may be good for, that was I was actually reviewing over last 2 days. I just didn't get chance to put it in the document. Second was you have one comment on KGD, and the KGD is known to, so what exactly is, I think I was just covering all the papers right from the beginning to the end, just to make sure where the test section fits in the overall
Right.
business paper. And I saw the KGD mention is done, and there was already in earlier sections somewhere. So what you want me to do is one section. I mean, one just reference that the KGD will directly affect the SIP packaging cost. I mean, final cost is that. I mean, that's one thing we can add. Or there was
Yeah,
another
even like so.
reference given to later about the another ODSA paper, which is actually
Right.
already published. So
Yeah, no, I just wanted to like to have I was thinking for people that may have not been familiar with, like, again, basically just filling in some a little bit, like 1 or 2 sentences at kind of the very introduction level to this thing. But if somebody comes across this and reads this for the first time, just to get this point across that basically if you put multiple die in a package, you tend to have higher yield loss. So it's more critical every individual die is basically as tested as it can be. And that's why KGD is more important for chiplets than it is for monolithic products. And that's basically to express that at the very beginning, like why is everybody making a bigger deal about KGD?
okay. And, okay,
So, but doesn't have to be anything complicated.
Okay, and then I'll just review one of our last recording, and then basically I made some notes, but since I'll take some as
I can also send you some notes if you want. I have notes from the last meeting,
okay.
and I can send those to you.
That will be great.
Yeah,
because I have 2 definite action items which I'm going to put, because I didn't get time to put it in the picture yet.
Yeah.
Because I need to draw something which I needed to have work in a specific environment which I could not take care of when I was traveling on a plane. Okay, so I'll probably
makes sense.
Before 27 I'll get some updates done.
Okay.
Because I'm coming back on 20. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
So
Thank
there's
you.
no meeting next week, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I was I'll send that in the notes out as well. But yeah, I would cancel the meeting for next Friday since I think a lot of people will just have to catch up on their own work stuff anyway. Yeah, no problem. And then James, I know we had talked about your section at the end. Was there anything that you wanted to review or change, or did you have a chance to just go over it one more time?
Yeah, you do you prefer that? I can go one more time. I think I and see I can refresh that maybe and see some maybe look if that will be kind of fit better or feel better that way.
Yeah, I just as like I think that at the end of the discussion last time we talked about like just making sure that like I had a couple of questions and you had good arguments to say like you want to keep in all the benefits for standardized tests. I just want to make sure that basically this aspect of it like everything communicate or aligns with this higher idea of giving say a product manager or like a system engineer the right level of details when it comes to how can you enable a chiplet-based design and kind of like cost estimates. So basically making sure that everything that we write in these paragraphs at some point is supporting information for that.
Yeah, I think that exactly I think the argument I was trying to make is like because like the this chiplet introduce something is very modularized that way. I think that is not at the level that not in the past that way. So I think having this standard data format is going to be super important with that and going to be follow on that. I think and then I want to also highlight that that's why we have this effort on this under this OCP CDX, right? With this kind of like JDEC and CDXML, I think I had to really put that together under this ecosystem.
Okay, sounds good. No, then if yeah, then like others will be able to like read through all sections anyway, and then if there's any ideas anybody else has, that's good. But if you're happy with the section and you think it aligns well, then that's good.
Okay, yeah. If anything, I think I changed. I think I think we still have 2 weeks. So I probably will,
exactly
after 2 weeks we're trying to we can always look back and see any feedback, or if I come up with something other way. I think may also work slightly differently. We can always talk again.
Sounds good. Okay, awesome.
Great, thanks.
Then have a good weekend, everyone.
Thanks,
thank you.
Mike.
Yeah, thanks,
See you
Mike.
guys next week.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
see you,
Bye-bye.
you all. Hey, Rajesh, are you still there? Oh, he stopped. Never mind.
Hello, Bobby. When you mentioned the analyst, do you have Dan Hutchison on the list?
Hey, Bill, I think Bobby dropped already. You might have to reach his
Okay, I would
cell phone.
touch base with him. Yeah.
All right. Bye. Yeah, bye.